They're coming. They're coming your way. They'll be here soon.
It seems to me we can't get enough of our boogeymen. What's your take on all these rumors we've been hearing about vampires?
If vampires existed, don't you think we would have found them by now? People want to be concerned. You should focus in on characters like the sociopath that we've been pursuing.
He believes that he is out there slaying monsters.
Why can't you just be nice?
Because the world isn't nice.
You're public enemy number one, Blade. We're gonna have to take on the rest of the world, too.
You're gonna get canceled, Blade!
The third and final installment of the Blade trilogy, the war between humans and vampires, continues. Blade has been framed for numerous murders by vampire leader Danica Talos, who is determined to lead her bloodthirsty compatriots to victory. Blade must team up with a band of rogue vampire hunters to save humanity from his most challenging enemy yet. Dracula.
Wait, where did you find this synopsis? One second.
This is from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia.
All right, let me look at this article. One moment. I don't believe you. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, yeah. No, that's right. That's what it says. All right.
Nice. Yeah.
I actually, you know, what'd be funny? This is editable content. You can edit this out. What if we do that, but we like change some of the names as a joke?
Sure, just a second. Hold up.
Yeah.
Sticky Fingers Jones. Okay, wait.
I was correct about Sticky Fingers. No, that happened. Yeah, that wasn't a joke.
Well, but like it had a show. There was a pilot. There was a
I
thing.
wasn't joking about that. Yeah.
There's 13 episodes.
Yeah, they did a full season of Blade with Sticky Fingers instead of Wesley Snipes. For Spike Television.
What?
Yeah, I thought you knew what I told you. I wasn't making things up. Who the fuck would remember Sticky Fingers?
You remember Sticky Fingers?
You think I pulled that name out of my ass? No.
I hope you're not pulling Sticky Fingers out of your ass, but you know. That needed some slide whistle on that one.
All right, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh my god, fuck off. Hey, listen, I mean...
Okay, okay, seriously now. It's in the meat of my butt, just below the Hello Kitty tattoo.
You're not wrong.
All right.
Oh god, we gotta talk about this movie, dude. We gotta just...
Welcome to Rough Cuts, everyone. That's the intro. There we go.
We have like 3 intros worth. It's fine. Don't worry. Let's just keep going. Yeah. Hi, I'm your host, Leon. And this is my wonderful co-host, the Boyks. This is Rough Cuts. It's our podcast about good boys and bad movies. That's right, bad dog movies. And this week we did, on my recommendation, Blade 3. Blade 3 Nitty. The
triangle.
The triangle, because it's got Jessica
Trinity,
Alba and Ryan Reynolds and Wesley Snipes. It's like a
it's a love triangle.
Yeah. Actually, well, and then there's actually all kinds of like triangle
so many
kind
love
of imagery
triangles in this movie.
And there's a lot of triangle imagery and stuff in the film too, because you think about it, there's lots of threes because there's like a triple. There's like lots of triples in it. There's an actor that looks like somebody that I know.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. I don't know. What was his name? Like,
was he a wrestler?
A bunch of maybe. There's like a whole bunch of H's. Like it's like he's like Harry Housen, something like that. Like where there's lots of H's in it.
Harry. Are you talking about like Patton Oswalt?
Yeah, he's in there. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
Okay,
yeah, he's like a wrestler.
Was, yeah.
He's a really good. He plays a cool sick pickup basketball game in this. Sorry.
Yep.
All right. All right. So we were at Dracula in his finest LARPing gear, fighting Blade.
I have good news, by the way.
Oh yeah.
The vampire I said had big Triple H energy.
Is Triple H?
I didn't fucking realize it. I'm like, wait, that just is Triple H. Wait a minute.
Yes.
That fucking moron.
Okay. Oh my god. Boinks, please.
I'm an absolute idiot.
Boinks.
All right.
Boinks. No. Boinks.
I literally didn't
God.
know. I didn't know. Look, alright.
There's a good Triple H lookalike in this movie. Triple H.
Just because I saw a scene with a big beefy guy running down a hallway, I'm like, look at this Triple H looking motherfucker. Who is this guy? And then 50 minutes later, I'm like, wait, that's just Triple H.
Triple H.
Wait a minute.
It's Triple H. Yeah. As it turns out, the dude that looks like Triple H, he was Triple H.
You can't blame me for that one.
No, I'll just let the fans. That's fine.
Why would I expect the star of The Chaperone to be in this film? I don't.
Because it's perfect. This movie. Okay, so I didn't remember a lot of this film because I watched it a long time ago. Because I liked Blade 2 because it's Del Toro. It's not good necessarily, but it's the right kind of cheesy bad. It's got some good design in it. It's got Ron Perlman. It's got good shit. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, well, I'll watch Blade Trinity. And, man, this movie holds up. This movie it's perfect. It's, I wasn't wrong. I 100% nailed that we needed to watch this for this. You know that I did.
Sure. Yeah.
Come on. You know I'm not wrong. This movie is a masterpiece. It's so good.
The director of this also wrote the Blade series, which makes sense, but he also wrote the screenplay for Batman Begins and The Dark Knight and what?
Makes sense, honestly, when you think of how tropey all this shit is.
And more importantly, he wrote the script for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, so.
Yeah, because David S. Goyer, right? Yeah.
Yep. And he's writing the Masters of the Universe screenplay for the new reboot that they're doing, which we'll have to do because we watched Masters of the Universe. So it makes sense.
Yeah, he's written tons of huge hits. He wrote Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, The Unborn. He did The Crow, City of Angels, the Crow sequel. He did Jumper, Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance. Man, he's just got like Terminator Dark Fate. Nothing but hits from David Goyer. And some Dark Knight movies, I guess. Yeah.
And some Dark Knight movies. This movie, I've never seen this, I want to point out. The only thing I knew about this movie
is how did you enjoy it?
That there's a dog. And I was correct. There's a dog. So it technically counts as a Rough Cuts movie. There is, in fact, a dog. I feel
it features prominently a couple times.
I feel like I need to go to Hot Topic, buy a Simpsons shirt, and then go next door to the Spencers and get a chain wallet after watching this movie.
They had that scene of them all suiting up and getting all their guns ready, and it ends with Blade putting that wallet on the chain and just sliding it in the back pocket.
Chain? Nobody can steal your wallet when it's on a chain. That's how it works. That's why it's so cool.
Man.
It's so cool.
This movie is the absolute pinnacle of early 2000s like Spencer's gift culture. It is a perfect movie. You don't shake your head and laugh. Listen, these were my people, man. No.
This movie is
this is fingerless gloves and like spiked hair and leather and oh god, it's perfect. It's so good.
It's big mall energy.
This is like a time capsule, is what this is. This is I was surprised at how perfect this movie was. Like, it is. If you ever want to explain to your grandkids one day when you're sitting there in the old folks' home and you're like, back in my day, we had a thing called Spencer's Gift before the apocalypse.
You kids today.
Here's what it's like.
Your smartphones. Back in our day, we had Nokias, and they were cool.
There's a lot of product placement in this movie. I missed how much product placement there was in this movie originally, because there's a lot of product placement in this movie. Every time they pick up a phone, it like zooms in on the Nokia logo.
They made a lot of effort to make sure that the Underworld character listened to the iPod at all times.
Oh, man.
And you can listen to MP3s, which are way cooler than cassettes or CDs, kids. And you can get them at Sam Goody at the mall right when you leave the theater.
You can freeze frame that scene and see all of the track lists that she's putting onto her playlist. It's so good. Lots of Jurassic 5. She's a big Jurassic 5 fan.
The most
like 5 or 6 songs from Jurassic 5 just slammed on that baby.
She's going through her iPod library and be like, all right, Apple Tunes, what am I putting on my iPod today for shooting vampires? I know, Jurassic 5.
God, she's got there's that scene of her and there's this scene of her putting on sunglasses and putting in the headphones, and then it's just a close-up of her face as she like bobs to the music. I'm really gonna need to loop that and put some Jurassic 5 over it.
It's like the free, really shitty headphones they give you with the iPod.
Oh yeah, no, it's because they've got to show off the product placement of what you're gonna get when you buy your iPhone at the mall. She's listening go across to like from that Spencer's Gifts.
She's listening to like a 24 meg fucking MP3 file. It can't be good. She got it from Napster or something. It can't be good.
Oh man,
This movie has big Napster energy, which is
a
hell of a thing. Oh,
this movie has big NCIS energy.
We're not even talking about the movie. We're just roasting it. This rules.
But the movie's good. No, I'm not roasting it. I love this movie. This movie's beautiful. I'm not roasting anything. If I'm roasting it, I'm lovingly toasting it like a marshmallow over a fire until it's nice and golden brown and crunchy. I don't know where that metaphor's going, but I'm gonna crunch into blade.
I don't.
It's so good. This movie is perfect.
This movie brings me back to high school, but in the most embarrassing way possible.
Yes, exactly.
I hate it.
No, it's trench coats and fedoras, man, all the way down.
The only thing it's missing is like tribal tattoos, which it kind of has.
It has those. Whether you can absolutely freeze frame somewhere in this movie, someone has a tribal tattoo. I guarantee it. There are tribal tattoos in this movie.
It's missing an end gauge.
Okay, it does not have the Nokia N gauge, to be fair. I will give you that. Of the Nokia products it displays, it is missing the N gauge.
If it had a scene of Blade playing Tomb Raider on the N gauge, that's the only thing. It's the only thing it's missing.
That's true. It doesn't have that. It's so... Man. I don't know where to start with this film. There's so much good with it. Do we start with, like, how Dracula is named Drake and constantly has his big muscular chest opened up?
They need to show him shirtless in every opportunity. Yeah. I think the most important part about Blade Trinity to point out is exactly how horny it is from beginning to end. Every scene is just sexual tension at all moments.
It's absolutely stunning how hard they went into, like, okay, I feel like this has to be their way of, all right, well, we've got to get other, like, all right, we're going to do a big dumb action movie. How do we get other people to watch it also that don't want to watch that. And it's like, well, I don't know. Let's cast Ryan Reynolds and Dominic Purcell and just have them be shirtless for 95% of their scenes.
Yeah.
Let's have Ryan Reynolds ask about Triple H's dick constantly.
I guess. They talk about dicks a lot in this movie.
I love how focused this is the part where this movie is great because it doesn't focus on like they're not making a bunch of horny jokes about like women and stuff. No. All of the horniness and all of the horny jokes are like dicks and shirtless men. It's just constant dicks. It's every single scene of dicks.
Every single scene, Ryan Reynolds is like, "Oh, you want to touch my ass, huh? What if I looked at your penis? What about that, huh?"
Yeah, that'd make me super hard. Anyway, I'm Ryan Reynolds. Oh man. Like, it really does, though. It absolutely does. Like, he's just constantly like,
and
hey,
he's
Triple H,
playing,
you got a big dick. You're going to whip it out and slap me with it?
He's playing it off as a joke. Like, he's doing the, what if we put our Minecraft beds together? Haha.
Yes.
Unless. Yeah. But it's the whole film.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then if it's not Ryan Reynolds saying it, it's like Wesley Snipes saying, "Oh, how's it going, Dracula? You shirtless fuck." I'm good.
Dracula is so goddamn horny for Blade. Okay, the vampires archaeologists.
Oh, you want
go
to start
to
from the beginning?
Ancient
Sure.
Vampire archaeologists go to ancient Sumeria and find a predator clone vampire that can transform though to look human, even though it's actually a Elder Scrolls Daedra. And
it's very
rips off a vampire's head
Morrowind.
because it hates vampires so much, and because it's the real vampire, and all the vampires today aren't real vampires. Anyways, he's now just gonna take orders from those vampires because I don't know, what else do I do? They showed him a picture of Wesley Snipes, and they went, "Hey, we need you to kill this guy." And he goes, "But he's really hot." And they go, "Yeah, he is." But and then the rest of the movie is him just having incredible chemistry with Blade.
I just tried to woo him. Huh? Do you think about that?
What if okay, I can transform into absolutely anything. I'm gonna transform into a guy with like my shirt down to my like navel, maybe. Do you think he'll like that? I think he'll like that.
Do you think he'll go for that? Should I pierce my nipples too? Or I heard I can get that done at Claire's. Right.
He has so many chains. He has so many chains too. He's wearing like 5 different chain necklaces.
Anyway,
so I fucking love it.
So after the archaeologists revive Dracula and his hot sexiness.
Oh, God.
We cut to a biker gang being attacked by Blade. This poor, defenseless vampire biker gang.
We have, like, no context as to what is happening here. He blows up a warehouse, and then he's just in a chase. Warehouse.
Yeah, and then he's, like, shooting a bunch of vampires, and he starts a chase. So I looked this up. The reason that this scene happens is because the director... the writer... originally wanted it to be the opening scene for Blade 2, and Del Toro cut it because it was too expensive.
Sure.
So
you do also know that it's the director and the writer. It's the same guy, right?
Oh, he did both? Okay.
Yeah, he did both.
But he's like, I don't give a shit. We're just going to spend as much money as possible just to do this because I want to.
Yep.
So that's why the opening is that way, because he just wanted to spend money.
Hey, that slaps.
And live his dream. So
God bless him. God bless you, David Goyer. I'm saluting. I'm fucking saluting David Goyer.
Blade like throws a knife out and says, "Get over here," like Scorpion, and it's a butt plug with blades on it that extends out on a rope and extends back. He's like, "Whoa, that was cool as shit." And
you need to see every weapon in this fucking movie. Every weapon in there is a. Okay, can I briefly run down some of the weapons? You can mention what is your favorite weapon from this movie. Name your favorite one.
The Star Trek what is that curved blade?
The batleth. Yeah.
It's that, but with a laser wire in the middle of it. That's super dangerous.
Well, but it's not a laser wire. It's a laser UV wire. They say that
it's just UV light. Yeah,
it's UV laser light. Sure. Yeah. Okay. I think that my favorite is, as plain as it is, Bone Sword, because Bone Sword is fucking perfect for Dracula has a bone sword.
The Army of Darkness fucking skeleton sword.
Yeah, what I mean is, like, the handle is a bone, but it's not like carved bone. It's just bone. It's just bone. It's just like, it's got it's like a cartoon bone with like the ends on it and everything.
It sure is.
It's so good.
It sure is.
All of the guns have like 5 different attachments on them, and like, oh god, they look like they staple just so much random shit to absolutely every costume and weapon in this game, and it's just in this game. It feels like a game.
It feels like a video game. It does, yeah.
It really does, yeah.
But so Blade goes after some of the vampires that drive off in a car, and he gets a car from his good buddy Chris Christopherson, who just has one in a truck that he's driving.
Well, it's because he's touring.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, he was around.
Country music legend, Chris Christopherson.
Yeah, so he takes his car and he goes after the other one, shooting at them in really ridiculous fashion. At one point, one vampire flies in through the back windshield, and he starts like punching him in the face. He's like, "Hey, get out of my car! I'm driving. What the hell, dude? Come on!"
Oh god. Oh, this was the scene. This is earlier too. This is the scene where he like kicks the guy behind him and then lands and points his guns behind him without looking and shoots the guy.
It just shoots. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about that too.
So dumb. It's so dumb. I kind of love it though. But anyway, so he goes after a car. He shoots the driver. The passenger guy is still there, so he takes over, and then he like derails the car. And flips it over, and he goes up to the guy who's on the floor. He gets up with his gun, and they're like blam blam shooting at each other, and he shoots the guy, and then the guy's like, "Ha, you thought I was a vampire, but it was just a prank," and he pulls out his fake teeth. "Get pranked, Blade! Got him!" Well, look, there's a hidden camera right over there. We're posting it on social media as you speak. You're gonna get canceled, Blade.
Yeah. Vampires pull the perfect trick and cancel Blade.
And then Blade's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" The guy's like, "Oh yeah, you shot me. I'm dying, huh? This sucks."
Well, the part that I love about this is that he shoots the dude with a silver stake through the heart, and he goes, "I just shot you with a silver stake through the heart. Why are you still alive, motherfucker?" And he goes, "I'm not a vampire, motherfucker. As everybody knows, humans are immune to silver stakes impaling their hearts."
The heart.
I can just talk to you for another 2.5 minutes.
So we can get it on tape. You're so pranked right now?
I've got you, you fool. I've owned your ass. Gotcha, man.
Then it cuts to like a vampire hacker girl who looks like every NCIS hacker girl ever. Yeah. With like 3 keyboards on social media, posting the video, being like, "Look at what Blade did. Is this who we really want defending ourselves from vampires?" That'll show them. And like posting it on Usenet and like fucking forums and social media ablaze.
It's a Blades.
Oh my god. And then we come back to Blade and Chris Christopherson. He's like, "Oh, by the way, Blade, I improved the way for you to get blood, get your medication and stuff. It's this new thing called vaping. I made a vape pen for you, and now you can vape blood."
He really does.
And Blade's like, and then Blade's like, "Whoa, I can vape now."
He just vapes blood, and they like never really show that again for any real reason. Like, that's just, I don't know. Blade just can vape blood now. See, how do you not understand this movie's perfect? You're saying this movie's bad, but it's not bad. It's perfection. He vapes blood, dude. And then he goes, and you're trending really bad on Twitter though, bro. Bro, your Twitter profile? Oh man, these comments, they fucking suck, man. He goes, I don't give a shit about people on Twitter. And he goes, no, man, it's the age of social media. You got it. You're getting canceled.
So he sets Blade up to make an apology video to upload to YouTube.
Sorry I was killing all those actual people.
I was only supposed to kill vampires. I won't do it again unless I really have to. Anyway, check out my next video. If you like this one, hit like and subscribe.
Sorry if anyone was offended by me icing that motherfucker.
Yeah, if you want to know, yes, I in fact did put monetization on this apology video. You can check out the links below if you want to check out my fucking...
You can get my blood vape rig.
That's right, Blade branded blood vapes at your local fuck.
This one's extra sticky.
So then
I love this flavor. It's so good. It's so good.
It cuts away to a lady walking through a subway in a very stupid scene. And do you want to talk about the subway scene?
Oh god. Well, I mean, if you're a vampire, you've got to eat fresh at Subway, and there's no better way to do that than to eat a baby. So there's a lady that's walking around in a like big hat and scarf and stuff, and she's got a baby all wrapped up, and I love how much they make her the most obvious bait in the universe. That she's carrying big paper bags with like baguettes sticking out of them.
She's French. That's how you know. Yeah.
Like
she's wearing a beret. Yeah.
She's wearing a beret and she's carrying baguettes. And I'm not even joking.
Like a black and white striped shirt. Yeah, French. That's how you know.
And so she's walking through the subway, and the subway is abandoned, I guess, because there's nobody in this subway. It's God. So she goes down to the abandoned subway level and just sits down on a bench where no one else is, and all these vampire punks come and start beating up on her, and they're gonna eat her blood, but they unwrap the baby, and the baby says, "Fuck you," on it.
In like
plastic
a marker. Yeah.
And the baby's been crying really loudly. But they don't show how.
My guess is that Jessica Biel is really good at ventriloquism. She was ventriloquising the baby crying.
One of the best things that you have in your vampire hunter arsenal. Yeah. If you're gonna be a vampire hunter, we've got to teach you our ways, Blade. All right, so sit down. Here's a dummy. Put it on your knee, and you.
See, one of the things you fuckheads need to know about us Night Stalkers is that when you join our club, you get all sorts of groovy little door prizes.
That's
Start
right,
doing
Jeff
a baby
Dunham.
cry.
Jeff Dunham in Blade 5.
Oh my god, Jeff Dunham's the ultimate vampire hunter.
He sucks.
Does the baby
that's for
blow
sure.
up? I think it... Or
No,
does it
the baby
turn into
the baby doesn't
UV?
It sprays silver out of its mouth.
Yeah, right, like farts garlic on them or some shit.
Yeah, it burps silver or garlic or something. And then Jessica Biel throws off her French disguise.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, you thought that was French. Oh,
I am not French. I am Jessica Biel.
I am Underworld.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The title character, Underworld. God, I really wish they had the Underworld / Blade crossover they wanted.
Oh, yeah, that would have been good, actually.
It's too perfect. It was too good for our world. They had to kill it.
Just like Jessica
Do you ever
Biel
think
takes
that
out
we're in
all
the
these
wrong
vampires.
timeline? I feel like I'm in the wrong timeline. I want to go to the Blade Underworld timeline.
I mean, we got Blade vaping. Like, that's pretty close.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
But so she does a bunch of Underworld stuff and takes out the vampires because Underworld was popular. So let's do that now.
Yeah, Underworld came out a year before this, and I don't know if this was aping Underworld or if they saw Underworld come out and were like, shit, they stole our stuff, man. Fuck.
kind of like when Bubsy 3D came out, right after Super Mario 64. They're like, oh fuck, 3D platformers are already out. And they're better. This sucks.
Whoa, sorry. You're saying that Underworld's better than this. I don't think we can make that determination yet. What I'm saying is, yet.
Yes, it absolutely is better.
It's absolutely coming.
Oh man, but okay, so but this is an unrelated scene to what's happening with Blade. This has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, no,
it
this
should have
has
been edited to later in the film, and I don't know why it's in this part of the movie. But
oh god, there's so much. Dude, if we want to talk about the way that this movie is structured plot-wise, we have a lot of problems.
Anyway, they cut back to Blade's hideout.
Yeah,
which is like, I don't. It looks like a PS2
it was a warehouse,
video game warehouse.
Yeah, it really does.
And
it gets raided by the cops.
Yeah, Chris Christopherson's giving him more vape, and Blade's like meditating on his apology that he.
Oh god, yeah, he's
social
totally
media.
just meditating. I forgot that he's just sitting there.
And then the cops
zoning out,
raid
listening to Jurassic 5 on his sick
Jurassic
playlist.
5 on his iPod. Yeah, and fucking Christ. And the cops show up and they're like, all right, shoot to kill, get your camera phones out, we're posting all this to social media, Blade's getting canceled today, folks.
We're canceling Blade live.
Yeah.
Best part is that, oh man, Chris Christopherson cancels so many of those cops.
He just blasts like 20 of them.
He just goes around just blasting with his shotgun. He's blasting cops. He's destroying all of their evidence from their computers. How does he destroy all the evidence from their computers, boys?
So the only way to destroy any data stored on a computer...
as we all know,
is to shoot out the CRT monitor that shows the data.
Yeah, because that's where all the data lives, in the monitors. And then it's gone. You can't see the data anymore, so it's good.
So he uploads all the data somewhere else and then shoots all the monitors. So nobody can ever look at it again.
Nobody can ever find that data. That data's fucked, man. He destroyed that data. He fucking ended it with a shotgun.
And then he blows himself up so the cops can't get him. Got him.
Yeah.
Get wrecked.
Just exits the film.
Meanwhile, Blade gets captured alive, and Chris Christopherson could have also. He didn't have to do that. It was fine.
I'm pretty sure Chris Christopherson talked to his agent before.
Yeah, his contract said.
Mr. Christopherson was needing to exit this film right around now.
So they bring Blade into prison, into like the interrogation room at the police station. Or whatever, and they're interrogating him. They're like, "Hey Blade, hey Blade." There's two of them, and they're talking sexy to him. Hey Blade, how's it going? How's it going, buddy? Yeah, you wanna take off that shirt, Blade? Yeah, take off that shirt, Blade. And they're just like back and forth. Like, wow, getting hot in here. Oh, interrogation room.
I was trying to remember who it was. I'm like, there's so many actors in this that you'll recognize immediately. It was James Remar was one of the FBI agents, right? He's in a ton of different things. You'd probably notice him in like, he was in like Dexter's dad for a long time and stuff like that. He's in The Warriors. He's just like a good character actor in a ton of things.
The cast of this film is good, which is surprising.
It rules. The cast is so good. Yeah. I mean, he's in a lot of garbage. He's in a lot of garbage.
They're interrogating him, and then a lawyer comes in. He's like, hey, or a psychologist? Something. I think it's a psychologist.
I think he's a psychologist, yes. And this is, it's John Michael Higgins, who is the professional lawyer. The one that I always remember him from is he's like the professional lawyer from Arrested Development. It's super hard to not see him as playing as a comedy in this, because he's just, God, he's such a good straight man, and I'm just like constantly giggling at all of his lines because it's so ridiculous. He's so bad as being like this badass character because he diagnoses Blade as being mentally unwell, and so they have to take him away because he works with the vampires, you see.
He tells Blade that he has an Oedipus complex.
Yes, yeah.
But
he talks about all
is,
the, does the blood make you horny, Blade? He gets into that with him.
Yeah,
God,
it sure
movie's
does.
So fucking...
But the important thing is the cops are saying, you're sick as fuck, Blade, you're the worst. And then he walks in, and he's like, no, come on, get the fuck out of here. Stop bothering this poor man. And then he walks in, and he turns his baseball cap backwards, like, yo, Blade, you're sick as fuck. And then as the audience, we're like, whoa, Blade is sick as fuck. So, but
now
anyway,
the vampire cops have him, I guess.
Yeah, he injects Blade, so he's like, I don't know, out of it. And then the vampire cops show up because they replaced all the human cops with vampire cops. And I have a question: are all vampires professional cosplayers? As like,
oh yeah,
they do?
No, they have. Have you seen the costuming that Drake gets into later? That man's got style. They're filled with costumes.
Like they all just costume up at a moment's notice. Do they have a wardrobe of cop costumes?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Moment?
They have chambers of costumes, man. When you're out live for 1,000 years, you gotta get that wardrobe going.
Like, did they change a costume designer over to a vampire and be like, all right, you're gonna do all of our wardrobes for all of our pranks for the next 1,000 years?
Absolutely.
Like, what happens? But anyway, they go in. They go into the interrogation room, and they're talking to Blade. Like, "Hey, Blade, how's it going? How's it feel not having that vape pen? Huh? You feel like you want to vape right now?" Good thing no one's here ever in the entire world at any moment to save you. You're gonna die here alone with no help.
No help. No help.
They keep looking over.
No help. It's your line. Your line, man. Get in the fucking... Immediately, of course. Vampire through the mirror. Oh no, it's Ryan Reynolds with a sticker that... I actually liked this. I thought this was kind of... It's very stupid, but it's exactly like the action movie stupid that you need in this. And that he has a sticker that's the "Hello, my name is," and it just says "fuck you," because that's this movie. That's this movie. Yep. Everybody just has a "fuck you" sticker on them at all times. "Fuck you, babies." "Fuck you, my name" stickers. Like, look, whatever.
I watched this movie and went to school the next day, and then my parents got a call immediately.
Oh man, all my friends thought I was the coolest. I had all of the cool swears from the Blade movie. My parents let me see it.
Yeah.
Oh, I learned the coolest one. Ryan Reynolds, he says thunder cunt.
Yeah, and he says fuck you, and then he says motherfucker.
Oh my
and
god.
You can't say these words on the playground. They'll get mad at you. I found that out. Wow.
Oh, man. My teachers were so upset that I learned the Ryan Reynolds swears.
So Ryan Reynolds in Underworld, that's her name.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Ryan Reynolds in Underworld,
Jessica
come and
Biel.
rescue. Yeah.
Rescue Blade. And then Blade goes back in to the police station and gets his sword and jumps out a window. He's like, I forgot my sword.
Yeah, he just leaves them to fight their way out by themselves for no reason. And it's just an action scene of them doing stuff. And then eventually Blade just drops down from the sky and is like, oh, I don't know, I forgot my sword. I didn't want to help.
You know that action scene is because they wanted to make a spin-off for them. Yes, so they had to show them off more. Like, that's the reason, but...
Sure.
So he gets in a van, which just drives up around all the cops. And they're like, hey, is that van going to help Blade escape? Yeah. Huh. Oh shit!
Oh shit! Should we fire on it? Yeah, the whole building is surrounded by cops. They all have their guns out. They stand in the front and have a big conversation between the three of them as all the cops have their guns on them. And then, after a minute and a half of them talking, a truck just pulls up in front of them and is like, "Hey, you guys wanna ride? You're hitchhiking?" They go, "Oh yeah. Maybe can we hop in the back?" And he goes, "Yeah, sure. Why not?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, okay. Let's drive on."
Yeah. So Blade's like, "Hey, who are you? Why'd you save me? We're Canadians. We're here to save you." All of Canada loves Blade.
Yeah. We got action superstar Ryan Reynolds on the case, and he enlisted all of us. Oh God. So, a couple quick things here. I just wanted to go back to something that you said. So, like you said, they needed to do a spin-off, so they had to show off Ryan Reynolds a whole lot more.
And Jessica Biel. Yeah.
I agree with you that that's the case, but then I have a question for you. Why did they make it so that Ryan Reynolds just spends the rest of this movie getting his ass fucking handed to him continually?
He's supposed to be the comedic relief character, but he's just
But
insufferable.
they're trying to make him a badass also. Like, they have like 5 different directions they want to go with Ryan Reynolds, and they don't know
I don't
what to do
think
with
they
him.
knew what they were doing.
I think there's maybe one possible thought that I just had, which is they really, really wanted to make Ryan Reynolds a bottom.
Oh, I mean, they don't have to. That's just known.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that just came... That was just his natural
that
chemistry.
That
I
was
just
just
picking up
normal.
on. Okay. The other
Did you know
thing
this
is...
movie's horny? Like,
Really
curiosity.
horny. The other thing is that the vampire cops have infiltrated every part of society and stuff, right? That's like the plot, is that, oh, well, we're losing the war, man. Can't you tell? They've infiltrated all levels of our society. They're everywhere, man. So why did they need Dracula or anything?
I don't... Whatever.
They don't, like, they super don't.
Weak. It's because they're weak vampires, unlike the manly vampires of the 1960s with their cowboy hats and boomer voices.
And, like, low open shirts.
Extremely low open shirts. Speaking of, Dracula goes on a walk through downtown very slowly, to the point where they show a time lapse of him walking through a crowd, and it takes him literally an hour to go a block.
They're showing all the people, like, whipping past him really fast, but he's walking. So, like, the implication, like you said, is that he's just going very
slow. And he wanders into Hot Topic. And he's like, hey,
okay, this is literally not a joke now. No, we're not actually joking anymore. He actually literally walks into a Hot Topic.
He walks into Hot Topic. He's like, hey, I heard you have vampire stuff here at Hot Topic.
Wait, hold up. No, this must be Spencer's Gifts, because they have the vampire vibrator.
Maybe it's Spencer's, yeah. Because they're like, oh yeah, we got Count Chocula cereal. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. Look at Count Chocula. Look at Count Chocula. Buy Count Chocula, kids. at our store. And we got, like, vampire cool chain wallets.
They're showing all the vampire bobbleheads they have.
Bobbleheads. We got Dracula pissing like Calvin to put on the back of your truck. We got Dracula truck nuts, and we got Dracula dildos. You can get this vibrating dildo of Dracula. What do you want, Dracula? And Dracula's like, this isn't a vampire store at all.
Wait, I've gone into the wrong kind of establishment. And then he murders them.
It cuts back to the Night Stalkers.
Yes.
Which are Ryan Reynolds,
the Canadians.
Jessica Biel, and the rest of the Canadians and friends.
Sorry, who was that? Jessica Biel? You mean
Biel?
Underworld?
Underworld, sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Underworld.
yeah. So, okay, so,
That's
Underworld
her
and
name,
Ryan
sorry.
Reynolds. Yeah, yeah.
And they're talking about how they're going to take out the vampires. So, Natasha Lyonne, who's a really good actress in Russian Doll, is there. She's their blind
There's so
hacker.
many good actors.
She's
There's
their
so
blind
many
hacker.
business.
She's their hacker.
Well, and she's hacking synthetic DNA into
And she
vampires
also-
to
she
reverse
also knows
engineer a virus.
DNA stuff, yeah. So
Through the
she's gonna
ozone
open
that'll eat
ozone
them.
hole, which will mutate a virus to kill the vampires with the rays from the sun, because there's gonna be more sun. This actually makes more sense than Day
It
of the
makes more
Animals.
sense than the movie, yes. Yeah.
Somehow. Fuck.
Yeah.
But she's making a virus, and Patton Oswalt's also there, and he's wearing a Fantastic Four shirt, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Patton Oswalt."
I'm a
Would
big
you like
fan
a
of your
gun?
Marvel stuff, Blade. Would you like a gun? I have lots of guns. And then they show off the most ridiculous weapon arsenal in any movie that I've ever seen. Every
like,
single
this-
weapon is just like...
This is a big gun that shoots light. This is a big gun that shoots silver. This is a bow that has, like, UV, fucking string. This one shoots dildos. This one... Just going down the list.
And they're all just like shotguns that have like an extra spray painted black piece of toilet paper roll on the end of it to make it look like it has like, no man, it's got extra cool shit on it. It's better than a regular shotgun. Don't you see the big black thing on the end of it? Every gun and weapon in this is also like really, really black. Everything is black.
The only thing the guns were missing was a chain that connects to the fucking belt loop.
God, and then Blade goes like, you all think you all are amateurs. You think that this is so easy. You guys are, look at what you're wearing. You think that that's tactical. And Ryan Reynolds is wearing like this big bulletproof vest, and Blade is, as he's yelling this at him, is wearing a massive red and black cloak that's strapped to him with old seatbelts across his chest. And it's the best. It's so good.
Yep.
Like, you can't make up how fucking stupid it is.
It's like, what do you think this is, a sitcom? And then it hard cuts to Patton Oswalt, Ryan Reynolds, Jessica Biel, which are all sitcom stars. Like that.
See, like, that's where I think this movie's like, kind of brilliant.
Wait a minute.
It kind of knows. It knows how dumb it is.
And then Blade looks over, he's like, hey, what's that weapon? That one looks like the most dangerous of all. And Underworld's like, oh, it's just my iPod. I listen to MP3s while killing vampires.
You ever heard of Jurassic 5?
Yeah, and Ryan Reynolds goes on a big spiel about MP3s and how they're so much better than CDs.
Man, he's really into FLAC files, actually. who's the
Ryan Reynolds is into downloading the wrong titled song of a Weird Al song
fair, yeah,
off of
probably.
BearShare, not fucking FLAC. Are you kidding me? So they take their MP3s and their iPod and they listen to cool music while they go to the psychologist/lawyer's high rise to get information and revenge.
I guess.
But they get to his office and they look down like, wait, he's already dead, but he's standing there in front of us. And it's Dracula who turned into him after killing him as a prank to try and get Blade to follow him, you know?
Hey,
you know
Blade.
Hey, Blade.
Hey, Blade.
Oh, is that me with my shirt off, sweating? Oh,
how you doing, Blade?
You better follow me down this window I'm gonna jump out of to another window and go to the next building. You'll never know what's around the corner, Blade.
Hey, Blade, you got some steaks on you? You got some hard steaks? Are they gonna penetrate me, Blade?
Yeah, and then he sexually runs away while Blade like, hey, you motherfucker, I'm gonna get you.
They have so much chemistry. Like, it really is just super playing into it. It's amazing.
It keeps happening.
It's just constant through this movie. So yeah, apparently Dracula. He's not Dracula, he's Drake. He's different.
Yeah.
He can transform into anybody.
I guess. Whatever. It doesn't matter ever.
No.
Doesn't matter. But they go on the roof. They have a lot of sexual tension. Dracula steals a baby, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what your problem, Blade, is? You're down there looking at all those human beings instead of being up here on the roof with this baby I'm holding and this family arrangement that we could make work. I really want
I have a baby. I've got a baby, Blade. We could have it together. Blade, please, just think it over, man.
And then he throws the baby and disappears into the day. It's day now. They're both daywalkers.
I guess he's not like a typical vampire. He's strong.
Yeah,
he can survive the day.
But Wesley Snipes catches the baby. He's like, oh, a baby.
Coochie coo.
Coochie coo.
God, I forgot about the coochie coo.
But the line delivery of that is so good.
He just looks down at the baby and goes coochie coo, and then it cuts. He just jumps away.
That feels like an outtake that they left in.
It is, because they're brilliant. This movie's a masterpiece. I'm not even joking. This movie's amazing. This movie is a hell of a watch.
It's good. I don't know what the importance of this is, but the Night Stalkers then, like, go to a warehouse where the vampires are farming blood, but it's irrelevant to the story, and they don't do anything with it.
There's a lot of irrelevant action scenes at this point.
I think it's just to get Wesley Snipes and Underworld out of the office so that
The office can be
Dracula
attacked.
can show up dressed as Chris Christopherson. For some reason, even though it's irrelevant, who gives a shit what you look like? You're gonna kill all these people, kill all the Night Stalkers anyway. Why does it matter if you look like Chris Christopherson while you do it, you fucking weirdo?
Because we hired Chris Christopherson for 3 hours of fucking movie time, and the first 2 scenes that he was originally in only took 2 hours. So we're going to force him to stay here and do one last scene.
Yep, but Dracula then
I don't care what his agent says.
He abducts Ryan Reynolds, kills Natasha. There's a kid for some reason in this movie that is also part of the Night Stalkers, which is never
They
explained.
just have in their like
just
super secret vampire club.
But he kills a bunch of them and takes out the team. They do a Jurassic Park scene where he turns into a raptor and starts like fiddling with a doorknob.
This is so weird. She goes into a vent, the little girl, and Dracula finds her, and he like hisses and snarls at her like he's a dinosaur, and goes like "Rah!" with his arms in, but his fingers stretch. He has stretchy elastic power.
He's got hot dog fingers.
He's from the hot dog finger universe, and he just stretches his weird hot dog fingers to grab her.
The most heinous crime that he does is he stops Patton Oswalt's cool basketball game.
Yeah, they're having a good pickup game.
Okay, but Underworld and Blade show back up after the blood farm. They come back home, and they're like, "Oh no, Dracula killed our whole team." Oh,
anyways, Underworld called the backup team, and that team has already cracked how to make the vampire virus anyways, so we didn't need this stupid fucking team.
Yeah, we didn't need this team because the backup team.
We've got a better
has
team.
It. Yeah, I guess because they're,
so they
they're
meet
like a
second
cell team when
backup
one team dies,
who just
team,
automatically has all the answers anyways and gives them the super virus shot, but there's only one shot. You can't shoot it twice. And I'm like, okay, so when do they shoot it twice? You can never shoot it twice. If you shoot it once, it's already over. We just got to make sure that you know that if you shoot it once, it's done, so that we know that when we do it twice later, it's really cool that it actually still worked.
So, like, Blade's getting his weapons ready, putting his butt plug on a string, in his pocket.
Snapping that chain and
snapping
the
grenades
wallet.
And chains and bullets. Meanwhile,
seatbelting his cape on.
Yeah, Underworld is setting up her new iPod playlist.
God, she goes back to that iPod every fucking time.
And she starts working on her shooting of her arrows, and she's shooting faster and faster every time she shoots. The
oh my
arrows
god,
go
that
faster.
arrow scene! I forgot.
It's going 200 frames per second, then 300 frames per second, then 315 frames per second. And it's like counting the frames that are showing.
Yeah, the draw weight of that bow is going up every time that she pulls it back. It's just getting heavier and heavier.
Because that's how it works.
Because she's training the bow like bows work.
Yeah, I guess. So
and she shot, and then it zooms out, and it shows the dummy that she shot at, and she shot the arrows in a cross.
Which was so fucking cool. I saw that, and I'm like, wow, I can't wait to go to
stood
archery
up and
practice
clapped.
and
cheered
shoot it in a cross. I can't wait to shoot it in a cross. It's gonna look cool.
Oh god, it's so
and then they go to go fuck up the vampires for screwing over and killing all their friends, I guess. And then we come back to Ryan Reynolds in chains, shirtless, sweating, but it's not a sex thing.
No, definitely not. Anyways, the vampire that turned him, because he has a story about how
the hacker
vampire.
The
hacker vampire was turned him into a vampire, and he really hated being a vampire, so he got turned away from being a vampire, which you can just do now, apparently. You can just choose not to be one. And so she comes over to him and very non-sexually pulls up her leather high heels and puts them on his face in a very non-sexual way and talks about all the sexy things she's going to do with his dick in a non-sexual way. As Triple H talks about his dick in a non-sexual way.
And then she starts doming him and sitting on him in a non sexual way.
And then Ryan Reynolds is like, whoa, hold up, let me show you how I was originally a vampire. Everybody has their vampire brands, and they're all on their wrists. Mine's on my dick. And he pulls down his pants and shows it.
And then they're
I'm
like,
not joking. I'm literally not joking. That is
and then it's
actually...
like, and Triple H is like, oh, by the way, we also turn dogs into vampires. This is my cool Pomeranian dog.
Dog.
And they introduce dog to the film. That's right. This is what we've all been waiting for. The dog. It's a cute little Pomeranian, like brown fur, fluffy as shit. Has the predator
Horrible
fucking mouth,
like alien
from
predator
the second
mouth
movie
thing.
of Blade. Yeah.
They really love that Blade
Yeah.
2 effect. That Blade 2 effect is really good. I do love the weird vampire mouth.
And they're just like, by the way, we decided just to make dogs vampires as a prank.
It's really funny. We did it with a Pomeranian first because we like it. Look at our cool Pomeranian.
Anyway,
and then
tell
Triple
us.
H kisses, and then Triple H gives a little smoochie. Just a...
And he's like, tell us where Blade is. Okay, I'll tell you. You see, there's things called satellites, and there's chips you can put into your body, which will shoot up into space at a satellite, and the satellite will send that back down to a computer system, and that computer system will read the satellite, and they'll use that to use tracking in a thing called GPS. You might have heard of MapQuest. It's like MapQuest, except with GPS in my body. And she's like, okay.
And they have a Garmin, and they're gonna use it, they're gonna find me with the Garmin.
With the Garmin. She's like, oh yeah, well where's your tracking chip then, huh? Where'd they inject the chip? He's like, oh,
on my dick.
It's on my dick. And she kicks him non-sexily. And he's like, fine, it's not on my dick. It's on my left ass cheek. And then she kicks him non-sexily. And he's like, okay, it's on my right ass cheek. I want you to pull down my
What I'm
pants
saying is I just want you up in there.
touching my ass.
I wish I was joking about the brand. The branding literally is on his, like, it's in his pubic hair. He pulls down...
His pubic area, yeah.
Yep. It's incredible. This film is so good. Like,
And then he
is so good.
And then he looks up. He looks up at the vent in the dungeon cell that they have him chained up in, and he sees some like dust coming out of the vent, and he's like, "Oh, I can finally turn. I don't have to take this shit anymore." You see that? Yeah, that's silver. They're putting silver in the air. Yeah, in any moment now, you're gonna start coughing because the silver it'll get in your lungs,
and
you're gonna
fuck you up and kill you.
And then
it does nothing at all.
And it does fucking nothing. Yeah.
And then it does jack shit.
And then Blade breaks in through a window and he's like, "Hi, I'm Blade. How'd that silver work out? Yeah, we only had enough for like a small bag, and
so
your HVAC system's really
uncomfortable.
good. Yeah, there's a lot of filters in your HVAC system. We didn't account for.
We didn't really think that through all the way, so I mean, I'm just gonna cut your heads off now, maybe.
I guess, and use my sword or whatever. Yeah.
Should we do that? I guess. So then he fights all the vampires, and Ryan Reynolds is like, "Hey, do you wanna let me go?" And Blade looks back and goes, "No," and then just leaves. So then Underworld comes down and rescues Ryan Reynolds, who is just constantly getting his ass handed to him. Have I mentioned how much I love that Ryan Reynolds is just... They're trying so hard to make him a badass, and at the same time, they can't do anything with him besides get his ass just totally destroyed.
It's good. So Blade starts fighting Dracula. Blade's not shirtless. That would be lame. But Dracula is.
Can I? Okay, I'm raising my hand excitedly. Dracula is not just shirtless. Dracula found the aforementioned wardrobe closet and went to town. He found some spiky gauntlets and a left pauldron that he could put on, but only on the left side. And then he found those big finger gauntlets that you can get at Spencer's Gifts, because he went through all of the Spencer's Gift earlier after he killed them, and he set up a whole little outfit for himself and got himself some cool leather pants, and then some nice finger gauntlets and some spiky wrist braces, and he's just kitted the fuck out. And then he got his bone sword.
And then he got a boner for Blade.
Well, that too. Well, for Blade, yeah.
Yeah. But they go one-on-one. Ryan Reynolds is running down a hall, and there's the Pomeranian. He's like, oh, fuck, it's the vampire dog. Who's a good puppy? Who's a good dog? And then 2 more vampire dogs show up. He's like, oh.
Because they're big Dobermans or something? Or
they're pit bulls.
They're pit bulls, right?
Pit bulls. Yeah, but they run out after him with the Pomeranian in tow, and he's just running down the hall like a big stupid dummy. I guess. This upsets me that they set up the dog, and then they just literally throw them out a window, and it's like, alright, that's enough of that,
He defenestrates the dogs. They run after him, and he does a cool Spider-Man trapeze trick and jumps out the window, but not really, because he grabs like an overhanging beam thing, and they all run after him so fast they defenestrate themselves and fall out the window.
I guess.
The part that I'm mad about with this is the one thing, this is one of the very few things where they didn't do it correctly. I'm really sad they had the backup bigger dogs. They should have just had the little Pomeranian. It should have just been the one Pomeranian.
I don't think they trusted how funny that was.
Yeah, they didn't know. Yeah, they had no idea. Yeah. It was way better. And then Ryan Reynolds is like doing his cool guy walk away. Yeah. This is the thing though that they nail. They nail that Ryan Reynolds is just going to be a fucking loser through this whole film. Like they make him such a moron because he does this really cool flip and it's like, yeah, man, I'm cool action star Ryan Reynolds. And he's like walking back and he's mugging at the camera and he's walking backwards and he trips and falls into a hole and lands in his own fucking cell again.
And Triple H is there, and he's like, hey, you see my dog? I lost my dog. And then they wrestle. Wow.
Which you told me, apparently, that Ryan Reynolds, they were supposed to have a stunt double for that, and he goes, fuck no, I'm wrestling Triple H, which...
He put on 25 pounds of muscle, and then wrestled Triple H, for real. Yeah.
Which rules.
Took the shots. That's awesome. And then Underworld is fighting the hacker girl vampire, I guess. Because girl power,
all the other vampires, yeah, I guess
she can't fight anyone else. She can't fight Triple H. She has to fight girl vampire, I guess. But she has the arrow with the virus from the ozone layer, which is the important thing. Which also needs Dracula's blood in it, or something.
Yeah, they just kind of
how did they get Dracula's blood?
That
did they do that?
No, they needed Dracula's blood to perfect it. But then they don't get Dracula's blood.
They just do it anyway? Yeah, okay.
And they just do it.
So
again, why did the vampires need Dracula at all? They didn't need Drake in the first place because they already control the world. That was like the whole plot, was that it's like they've insidiously infiltrated all of our governments and they control everything. They're doing like a Hail Hydra thing. And then they go to Samaria and get Dracula because...
whatever, yeah.
And Dracula's a super, super powerful uber vampire that can't be stopped, except Blade is totally kicking his ass.
Yeah, Blade's kicking his ass. But as Blade is fighting him, Underworld climbs up on top of the rafters, readies her bow, and shoots the arrow, immediately destroying a $300,000 camera in real life. Which is fucking awesome.
So good. The behind the scenes of this is actually worth seeing.
Yeah.
Like, there's some cool things around this film in the background, like Ryan Reynolds being like, no, I have to wrestle Triple H. Or this one where Underworld studied so well with the arrows. Yeah, that she actually managed to hit the camera. They were like, we coated everything in like safety plexiglass to make sure that nobody else could like get hit by an arrow. And then we said, okay, like fire it towards the camera. We'll have a really cool shot of you firing it at the camera. And they're like, it's 40 feet away and down a slope, like, and she nails this 2 inches that we don't have over the camera because we need to do the shot.
Yeah, bullseye.
Fucking nails it and destroys this camera.
Awesome. So cool.
So good. That's awesome that she actually did that and studied it and got good enough that she nails it.
But in movie world, Underworld shoots, and Dracula just catches the arrow and then throws it on the ground, and it can never be shot again or used in any way.
Never again. Nope, absolutely not.
So anyways, Blade picks up the arrow and stabs him with it, and that works, I guess.
And then everyone all the vampires die horribly.
Yeah, because the virus is then spread out because that was Dracula's blood that they needed to perfect it, I guess. And then Dracula, like, shoots out virus everywhere, which could kill Blade because Blade's a hybrid. But it doesn't.
Could do to anything.
And
also love that, again, they just know exactly what they're doing with Ryan Reynolds' character, and that they have all of this backstory between him and Hacker Girl, Vampire, and that's like his huge arch nemesis and all this stuff, and she's got him, and she's doming him, and he's laying
Not
on
sexually.
Got him in her grips, and he does absolutely nothing to get out of it, and the virus just gets her, and she dies mysteriously over top of him, because Ryan Reynolds gets zero fucking, like, resolution to his character or growth or anything at all.
And it doesn't even end with, like, Blade, Ryan Reynolds, and Underworld walking into the sunset, like, being like, yeah, we're the Daywalkers and the Night Stalkers. No, which I just realized is fucking stupid.
Just now, huh?
I just realized that.
Only now.
But it doesn't even end with that. It just ends with Ryan Reynolds doing a voiceover being like, and that was the day that Blade solved all of the vampire problems forever by killing Dracula. But the war's not over, and we need to fight more Draculas in the next installment of Blade, the television series, coming out soon on Spike TV.
They release a virus that will kill all the vampires because they're like, well, we're only killing a couple hundred of them or whatever. Like, it doesn't really do anything, man. They've infiltrated all levels of government. We need to wipe them out with a bioweapon. Okay, we did that, and the war's never over. Wait, but that's explicitly the thing that you were doing. Yeah, was ending the war. Yeah, man, and it never ends. No, but that's what. But that's the thing you were doing, and you show it end. Yeah, man, just that's the way war is. War is.
This movie kind of just like it kind of does the fend, and it just ends.
It really does.
Over. We're done now.
We're done now. Blade went and studied law at Harvard University and became a senator.
Each character like arc of what they did.
Does like the Animal House.
And Underworld picked up a job that just recently opened up at the local Hot Topic.
Hannibal King scraped that dog off the lobby floor and raised it as his own.
See, that would have been a better ending. I would have liked that ending. But instead it just ends with like, and that's right, that was Blade 3. Make sure to pick up your popcorn before you leave the theater, kids, and your drinks, and don't leave anything behind. Make sure to get all your valuables and everything else you've left in the theater, your coats.
Check out that Spencer's Gifts across the...
Yeah, we'll see you next time for Blade 4. Blade goes to the mall.
Oh, no. Blade went to the mall on this one. There was this might as well have been filmed in the mall because they just go to all the different stores to get the Count Chocula. They gotta show off their Nokia phones that they have product placement for. Gotta grab all your Spencer's Gift vampire merchandise. And
this movie is literally a time capsule.
It's so fucking
good.
Like
specifically 2003.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, what a
it is 2003 goth culture in the extreme, and it fucking slaps. I am so glad that I remember loving this movie and that I was not wrong at all. I was 100% vindicated. You can hear it right here, right now. It's a beautiful masterpiece, and I'm glad that it was made. Thank you, David Goyer. Thank you, Ryan Reynolds. Thank you, Underworld.
Oh, what a movie. What a film.
We watch a lot of movies. We don't watch a lot of film, and this is a film.
It's art, is what it is.
Correct.
Let's rate the dog. So the dog is a Pomeranian. It's very cute. Very fluffy. Triple H loves that dog. Like, carries that dog everywhere.
About that dog.
Gives that dog kisses. You know what that dog's name is? Do you remember? They mentioned it exactly once.
Oh, shit. I should know.
I'll give you a hint. video games.
What? What was the dog's name?
They named the Pomeranian Pac-Man.
Right! Yes, they named it Pac-Man because it's got a big mouth. Yeah.
Pac-Man
Oh my God, I
is
love
our
Pac-Man.
dog.
I totally
I
forgot
love
that was
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man is very cute, knows how to play fetch, loves chasing.
It gives the best smoochies.
Best
Gives
smoochies.
Triple H an incredible smoochie.
I would give Pac-Man a 13 out of 10. That is a good dog.
Absolutely. How about Pac-Man's backup dancers? His ghosts, if you will.
I don't think Pac-Man needed them. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I
they
feel
were a little
like,
superfluous. They don't really do a lot. And I feel like this was maybe a fall in their career.
I was gonna say, I really feel like they're probably about to hit rock bottom in the middle of this movie. They take a bit of a dive in
a very, very low 10 out of 10 for those dogs.
Yeah. Somewhere around the first floor, probably. So where do we rate Good Boy Triple H?
I guess.
I feel like I'd feel like I'd give the Triple H lookalike a Triple H out of Triple H.
I would rate Triple
He's actually
H,
Triple H,
who looks like Triple H. The Chaperone 2011 out of 10. That really bottomed out his career at that point. So for films, not for everything else involving wrestling.
Oh, that's Blade Trinity. Thank you for listening to this episode of Rough Cuts. We didn't get any new email this week that I'm going to read out. I do want to mention, since we did get a movie suggestion last time, we are still looking into that movie, but we're in the middle of a pandemic, and that one's out in theaters, which I'm not going to. So yeah, just as an aside, so we do appreciate it. We'll maybe look at League of Super Pets when we can. Oh, but I don't think that it'll ever steal the part for Blade Trinity for me. But if you have email, you can send it to us. We've got our email, roughcutscast@gmail.com. You can send us stuff on Twitter or check out like any little clips and stuff that we have. We try and put up some extra little images from the actual movie or stuff that we did when we were recording it, watching it together on our Twitter account, as well as our new TikTok, which are both at roughcutscast. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, we also did a giveaway on Twitter recently.
Oh yeah. Thank
Rough
you.
Cut swag. That was a thing we did. So make sure to follow our Twitter and check it out. Yeah, that'll be it.
Did you want to announce the winners, or are you just going to do that privately?
I have already messaged the winners.
Because I know Boyks did all that, which I really appreciate. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Hostile V, Random Draconic, and Ceatopian on Twitter.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you all for that. You can get some random swag. If you want to support our stuff, it's on Patreon. It means a lot. We had to pay a good $5 American or something for the privilege of watching Blade Trinity today.
I heard that they're gonna legislate vaping in the U.S. like pretty soon, so I'm gonna go stock up on some vape blood.
Like, can you get me some of that sticky shit?
Sticky shit. Sure. Yeah, I'll get you the Blade, the series.
Yeah.
Branded
If you can, just
sticky icky. Yeah.
I want that Blade sticky icky if you can. Thanks.
Okay, good. Yeah. All right. See you next time, folks. Speaking of Minions, Despicable 2 is a dog movie.
It is, yeah.
Specifically,
it's
that
fine.
One. Yeah. The only reason I think we should
okay. Hold up. Now you're talking about how you know Minions.
No, I know that
Excuse
was
me,
dog movie.
But we've outed Boyks as a Minions fan too,
No.
apparently. All the Minions fans are coming out.
I haven't watched this movie, but I did look it up on Rotten Tomatoes to see if it was a dog movie.
Boy, oh yeah, I know so much about the movie because I just read the Wikipedia article, says Boyks. I didn't see. I was reading this Penthouse for the articles. I wasn't watching Despicable Me 2 for the Minions.
Well, they had to shut down the Despicable Me 4D ride because people were going in there because they're perverts and they want to smell the fucking Minions. at Universal.
Hey, is that actually true? Because that could be true. I don't actually know how true or not this is. And I just no, but Boix, is that why?
They did shut down the ride at Universal. I'm not going to tell you. I mean, that's the truth, as far as I know.
Probably from sniffing. It would make
it's
sense.
It's because it's in 4D and you can smell the minions, and that's way too perverted.
Extremely sensual minion smell.
Oh, Jesus. All right. It's going to be one of those days, huh?